Hello again, everyone. My name is Dale DuFay. Mary Hall and I are going to show a little demonstration video here on how we're assembling these windows in this mobile home and that we're remodeling right here in South Haven, Michigan. But we have 11 of them that are identical, so we thought we'd put them all into kit form. And if you look over here, you see all the pieces. We milled all these yesterday. It took several hours because the 1x4s had to be, the 3.5 inch ones had to be ripped down to 3 inches every piece. The sills came from 1x6s, which are 5.5. We had to rip them down to 4.5. And here's a completed window right here. And if you pan over, Mary, and show them the complete window and how it's going to look when they're in. But the really neat thing about all this is their windows are identical, so we were able to make everything in kit form. You see here we have the left jamb and the right jamb, the legs they call them. They're identical, but I still keep them separate. And then we have the top jamb and the sill, which is the bottom. And the top jamb mates exactly with the sill, just like that. And everything is exactly the same. And that's, so you can't go wrong. When everything's identical, two sides are exactly the same height. And then we also cut the casing. The left side casing, and then the right side, and the top. And then there's an apron on the very bottom. There's an apron. We have them all over here. You pan over here, Mary, and you see that we have the mitered ends because we return the end cuts into their self, and that way you keep the profile. And we're going to glue these on when we install it, just like that. And if you pan back over, Mary, to the complete window, you can see what we're talking about with the apron. See, isn't that nice? So that's how that's all every window is gonna be just like that. That was our prototype window. Once we got the prototype window complete and saw that it works, then we just duplicated every piece. There was like 20 of these we had to do because we had 10 more windows after the prototype. So we had 20 side ones, 10 top ones, 10 sills, and same with the casing. So there was a lot of cutting and a lot of milling, but now that that's part's done, we literally assembled this in about approximately 5 minutes. So the assembly part is very easy. Again, if you have all the pieces cut exact and square and everything proper, that goes together really quick. As we'll show you right here, we're going to assemble all these after we're done with this video. We're going to assemble all the rest and then install them after they're all assembled. So here we got these pieces. You got to make sure the good side is on the inside. So that's the top. Here's the sill. This is the bottom. And then we'll get the other sides. One right, one left. Again, these are identical. It doesn't really matter if you had them together or not. I like to keep them separate. Again, you look for the good side. You want the rip side down. So here we go. And then these go between the top and the bottom on every single one. Sorry about that. Unknown caller. Hey, that was a ringtone. It was my late father. He did rockabilly. He was pretty famous in Memphis, Tennessee. But he also played in Chicago. But anyway, you take an 18 gauge gun, and these are 1.25 inches long. And you could use longer ones, but it's really not necessary, especially once this is assembled. It's very strong. But you line up the side jamb with the top header jamb. Make sure this part is flush. Make sure the back part is flush and square. And you put 3 dabs in there. And then over here, same thing. Make sure everything lines up. Make sure it's flat as can be on the top. Like we're using this table, which is work it out really good. And then make sure the back part here is flat and flush. Go ahead and put 3 nails in each one. Do the same on the sill down here. Line that up. That was chewy. Somebody must have left a message. Put 3 nails in here as well. Line this one up. Again, if everything's the same length and everything's square and all that, everything just comes out automatically. It comes out square as can be. Okay, so there's the jamb part. And once that's complete, you just get the casing. We're gonna put the casing on with the same 18 gauge brads. Grab a left side, right side, top. And these, you gotta have a 1/4 inch reveal. This one goes on that side, this one over here, that one's the top. So you do a 1/4 inch reveal on the one edge of the jamb piece, the 1x. That way there's a 1/2 inch of the casing on. So we'll go ahead and pin it down with the brad here. Gotta use my right hand. But yeah, if you don't drive this, hold the tool square, the nail will come out crooked. So put one there, and I'm gonna go ahead and do this side, because I wanna make sure the top all joins together nice. So again, about a 1/4 inch reveal. If you want, you can make a mark if you wanna be precise. I try to get it as close as I possibly can. And then you put the top piece on while this is still kind of floating. Make sure it's got approximately 1/4 inch reveal. Make sure the margin on each side is even. Which it looks like it is. But see how nice and tight those miters are? Now go ahead and pin this one down in the middle. And make sure the miter's good. Sometimes you have to even tweak the box a little, the jamb. So that's perfect miter right there. And you go ahead and pin that's the side, this side. And I always come down through the top, make sure that's perfectly flat. And then nail it. Run one nail on the top. And go over and do this side. Again, you can always tweak the box, do what you gotta do to get that miter tight. Like that. Once you get it, nail it here, nail it there. And we'll do the top one. Make sure it's flush. See how nice and tight that is? Then I go ahead and put one nail in the middle on the side, and then in the middle again between the end ones and the middle one. So there. So basically 5 in each one. And this is because it's this casing that's essentially holding this whole unit in the opening. So you want to make this part strong. So here we run the middle one. You don't want to forget, and there's we even like to run a nail underneath the windowsill here up to the casing. Make sure this is all flush, the back of the casing and the back edge of the sill. Go ahead and run a nail in right there. That even makes it much stronger. Again, you got to make sure that's flush. I got to hold the casing down a little bit, and it stays down. And there you have it. You stand it up. There you go. Just like the other one. We have 2 of them now, ready to go. We got 2 installed. So, and then these get the apron, which we showed earlier on the completed one. They're all over here. All of them that we have to. We put them on after the box is in. And then the really neat thing is I take a heavier gauge nail gun, the 16 gauge, and longer, 2 inches long. And then you put the box up there that you just did, just like this. I always center it in the window opening, and put one nail in the middle, and then line up the bottoms, and then put nails on the bottom on each side. Basically 3 in each piece of casing. Because again, it's real strong on the inner part here. So there's 9 nails is plenty. You don't have to put any inside the jamb part at all, or the sill. And then once the apron's on, it'll hold the sill more rigid up and down. And again, I could get a piece of apron and show you just to see, show you how it looks. And its function. And what we do is it's the exact same width as the top casing or the outside of the casing. In this case, it was 33 inches. And you just want to, when you install it, line it up on each side with the casing above, and then you install it and put the return ends on. We usually glue them on and pin it with a 23 gauge. But I'm not going to demonstrate because this has to be sanded. So, but anyway, that's a demonstration of how we're doing the windows. We should be able to have them all done today, because we did these aprons we did this morning, and we did all this milling yesterday, which is the hard part. So now it's the easy, fun part, and we get to, enjoy the looks and the results. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll demonstrate at you later. Love you.